Good morning, everyone. A hearty and warm welcome to the Eurasian Conference on Digitalization, Socialization, and Educational Development 2021, jointly organized by the Department of Journalism and Advertisement, Kyiv National University of Trade and Economics, Ukraine, Europe, Research Culture Society, and Scientific Research Association. In the first presentation session, we have 9 speakers. But before we can begin, we would like to present about a short video about Research Culture Society.
Warm greetings to all. Research Culture Society is a government-registered scientific research organization. Society is working for the research community at national and international level to impart quality and non-profitable services. Our members are scholarly educationists from various universities and institutes of repute. Here the faculties, research scholars and students interested in the area of research are given guidance and support in how their work can contribute to the betterment of our present and future generations. Research Culture Society is conducting conferences, seminars, symposiums, workshops, training, and development programs on different themes. Society has organized 100+ educational programs successfully at national and international level in association with different educational institutions. Also published selected research papers as journal special issues and book proceedings. Society is running international level referred, peer-reviewed journals with ISSN and books publication with ISBN. Educational institutions, colleges, universities are being welcomed for Memorandum of Understanding and collaboration to organize events. Society is promoting and sponsoring educational events as well as publishing research work in collaboration. The Society also offers membership. The journals associated with Research Culture Society are referred, indexed, and with high impact factor. Society journals are publishing research papers, articles in all major fields and subjects related to sciences, health sciences, engineering, agriculture, pharmacy, commerce, management, social sciences, arts, humanities, education, law and life skills. Journals provide publications and digital identification with a nominal processing charge. Research Culture Society also provides print and online book publications with ISBN. Society invites book publication in all study subjects and categories. Thesis converted into book and conference proceedings publication also available. Research Culture Society arranges special lectures on soft skills, communication skills, personality development, behavior improvement, human resource development, career development, general knowledge improvement, environmental issues, and improvement, etc. in different institutions, colleges, universities, and schools. The Society bestows excellence and achievement awards in different categories as US Awards, SRA Awards. Thank you.
And the notable work that it does for the benefit of knowledge. We have 3 keynote speakers for today. Professor Galina Brukanova, Associate Professor, Department of Journalism and Advertising, Kyiv National University of Trade and Economics, Ukraine, Europe. Professor Bosko Tatiana, Associate Professor, Department of Commodity Science, Safety and Quality Management, Kyiv National University of Trade and Economics, Ukraine, Europe. And we have Dr. Smriti Malhotra, Associate Professor, Amity Institute of Education, Amity University, Noida, India. Our first presenters for today are Bharat Kumar and Gurmeet Dulit. Their presentation is Emotional Intelligence in Adolescence, a Comparative Study. The virtual stage is all yours.
This topic is emotional intelligence in adolescents. It is a comparative study between male, females, and those students studying in government schools and the private schools. Keywords for this research work: my focus of the research was only for adolescents having the age group of 16, 17, and 18. And we have checked emotional intelligence between male and females and those studying in government schools and private schools. For this, I was having three objectives. Here, the researchers were willing to investigate the degree of emotional intelligence among adolescents studying in private and government schools located in Dehradun city, Uttarakhand, India. Second objective was to investigate the degree of emotional intelligence among adolescents based on gender, means between male and female. And third objective was to study the emotional intelligence level based on school type, means those have studying in the government schools and studying in the private schools. To make this research more significant, we formulated two hypotheses. First hypothesis, there is significant difference in the degree of emotional intelligence between male and female adolescents. And second, there is the significant difference in the degree of emotional intelligence between adolescents studying in private and government schools of Dehradun. So what we have done for this, we have used emotional intelligence tool given by Dr. S.K. Mangal and Dr. Mrs. Subra Mangal. This tool comprises total 100 questions based on 4 different categories. 25 questions are devoted for intrapersonal awareness. 25 questions are devoted for interpersonal awareness. 25 questions are for intrapersonal management and then interpersonal management. In this way, with the help of this inventory, 4 different fields of the emotional intelligence: intrapersonal awareness, intrapersonal management, interpersonal awareness, and interpersonal management were assessed. Population and sample for this research. Population is the adolescents, those who are studying in senior secondary schools attached to CBSE in city Dehradun, Uttarakhand. For the sample collection, we have selected total 10 private schools from east, west, north, south, and central part of Dehradun, and 10 government schools we have selected same way from north, south, east, west, and central part of Dehradun. Each school covers a radius of 6 kilometers. In this way, we try to cover a distance of total 20 kilometers from each side. For using convenient method, equal number of male and female adolescents were selected from equal number of private and government schools. To analyze the data, a statistical method, we applied here percentage for the comparison, mean to find out the significant difference using t-test. Because t-test is considered as the best test or the most significant test or probable test in the statistics, so we have used this test. So as per our distribution, so here it is very clear from the table, out of total 750 male adolescents and 750 female adolescents. Among male at a extremely high level, only 4.67% males are there as compared with 6.13% female. It is very clear more female adolescents are having extremely high level of emotional intelligence as compared to male. Similarly, at a high level, 5.07% male are there as compared to 7.07% female adolescents. So here we can say at the above average level, again there is a difference at above average level. Out of 750 male adolescents, 40.27 meaning 302 male adolescents are having above average level of emotional intelligence. If we observe the table at the level category 6 and 7, low and extremely low level of emotional intelligence. So as compared to female adolescents, male adolescents are having poor or we can say extremely low level of emotional intelligence. So only 1.33% female adolescents are having extremely low level and 1.87% female adolescents are having low level of emotional intelligence. But as compared to this data, from male adolescents, 4% male adolescents are having extremely low, which is very high as compared with 1.33% of female adolescents, At low level, 4.67% male adolescents are there as compared to 1.87% of female adolescents. So it is very clear from this table as compared to female adolescents. More male adolescents are having low and extremely low and the same time below average level of emotional intelligence level. So using this data, we can say among adolescents studying in Dehradun city, Uttarakhand, India, female adolescents are having high level of emotional intelligence as compared to male adolescents. Now, this comparison is based on the data about those adolescents studying in private schools and those adolescents studying in government schools. So, in the private schools and government school, data contains male and female both adolescents. So, if we compare government schools and private schools, so at lower category level 7, at extremely low level, 3.47% adolescents studying in government schools are having extremely low level of emotional intelligence as compared with 1.87% of adolescents studying in private school. Similar difference is observed, which is just near about 100%. That is, at low level, we can see 4.133% adolescents are there from government schools as compared to 2.4% adolescents of private school. So we can say here, those adolescents studying in government schools are having lower level of emotional intelligence as compared to those who are studying in private schools. Now, if we compare the data at extremely high level and high level, so again, very high difference is observed here. Out of 750 adolescents of private schools, 750 adolescents of the government schools. So we can say from private schools, 6.67% adolescents, including male and female, having extremely high level emotional intelligence as compared to 4.13% adolescents studying in government school. So here we can see more adolescents studying in private schools are having higher level of emotional intelligence. If we observe at the level 3, that is the above average. So at above average, 46% adolescents studying in private schools are having above average level, and as compared with 41.2% adolescents studying in the government school. So again, it is clear at higher level, extremely high level and above average level, adolescents studying in private schools are having good level of emotional intelligence as compared with those adolescents studying in the government school. So during data collection, when this question was asked, what kind of facilities you are getting? So we compared the facilities and opportunities provided by private schools and government schools. So it was very clear. Those adolescents studying in private schools are getting better opportunities to refine their skills, to express their emotions through different activities as compared to government schools. So this can be the factor responsible for this big difference in the emotional intelligence level. To find out significant difference in the level of degree of emotional intelligence between male and female, we tried t-test at 1% level of significance. So a mean of emotional intelligence score for male was 143.2 and standard deviation was found 25.08. Because standard deviation is 25.08, meaning a greater variation is there among male adolescents for their emotional intelligence score. Mean value for emotional intelligence score for female adolescent is much better than male adolescents. It is 147.95 and standard deviation is also lesser as compared to male adolescents, that is 20.89. So calculated t-table value, t-value is found 3.9854 and this is the greater than the table value at 1% level of significance. So a extremely significant difference is found here in the degree of emotional intelligence between male and female. And this data proves that female adolescents studying in private and government schools are having much better status of emotional intelligence as compared to male adolescents studying in Dehradun city. To find out a significant difference in the degree of emotional intelligence level between the adolescents studying in private and government schools. Again, we tried t-test. So mean value for the adolescents, which includes male and female both adolescents studying in private school, that mean value is 149.89, which is greater than the mean value of those adolescents studying in government school, and this is 143.91%. Here, standard deviation in the score of the emotional intelligence for private school adolescents is 22.79, which is lesser as compared with the adolescents studying in the government school. They are having very high standard deviation, 24.3676. Calculated t value is very high as compared with the table value at 1% level of significance. It proves that extremely significant difference is indicated here. So we can accept the accept second hypothesis, and it is concluded that there is extremely significant difference in the degree of emotional intelligence of adolescents, those who are studying in private schools and government schools. So this data says that among male and female adolescents, female adolescents are having higher emotional intelligence level as compared to male adolescents. And the second data says that those adolescents studying in private school are having much better condition of emotional intelligence level as compared to those who are studying in government schools. Here, private school means those run by private authorities or private people, so common people. And here government school means public school which are controlled by the government of India. Now, what is the interpretation and conclusion from this data? So as per the two tables and two significant difference of the t values, we can say more number of the female adolescents have higher level of emotional intelligence as compared with the male. If emotional intelligence level is high, the person will be able to manage his or her own emotions. Person will be able to manage the emotions of others. In this way, those people having higher emotional intelligence value will face lesser stress and depression. It indicates that mental health of female adolescents is much better as compared to male adolescents. If we compare the data from private schools and government schools, again, those adolescents studying in private schools are having much better condition of emotional intelligence level as compared with those studying in the government schools. It means again, mental health status of those adolescents studying in private schools is much better as compared with those studying in the government school. So this investigation says that there is a very high difference in the level of emotional intelligence on the basis of gender between male and female, and on the basis of type of school, means private schools and government school. And we can say at every level, even in the government school, even in the private school, everyone has not enjoyed the same level of emotional intelligence. Although lesser difference is observed in the score of emotional intelligence of those adolescents studying in private school, but very high difference is observed in the government school adolescents, and as compared to female adolescents, high variation is observed in the scores of male adolescents. So this result says that condition in the private schools is much better. This research is having few limitations. This research is conducted only with 1,500 adolescents, those studying only Central Board of Secondary Education affiliated private and government schools located only in Dehradun city. So it is suggestion that this research can be more comprehensive and more useful and can be made through probability sampling by converting by taking by conducting research at the mass level and the different cities. Thank you so much. This was all my research here.
Thank you, Bharat Kumar, sir, for sharing your insightful insight on emotional intelligence and giving us a multi-perspective to tackle that with adolescents. With that, we have our next presenter, that is Mr. Shubhashish Chatterjee, who will speak about the impact of practice teaching on pre-service teachers' pedagogical competencies in West Bengal.
Contention. In this, firstly, I have to say that what I would like to say, summarizing what is
holder from Himalayan Garhwal University, Uttarakhand, India, from Puri Garhwal. It is a little similar topic, but research overview is different. Actually, during the age of adolescence, emotional strain is rising day by day. So to keep that thing in the mind, this wide research is done after comparison of a small sample from few schools only. So there are so many difficulties faced by adolescents in regulation of their emotional intelligence, and which cause a slew of the psychosomatic issues in day-to-day life. It includes anxiety, tension, impatience, emotions. As a result, emotional intelligence research becomes very important. So to describe what is the level, how females of the private schools differ in the degree and the management of emotional intelligence level from females studying from government school, what is the difference between male candidates studying in private and government schools, how private male candidates are differing from female adolescents studying from in the private school. Similarly, how there is a difference or what kind of the difference is there between male and female studying in the government school. So this research is a little wide version of the earlier research. So here we hypothesize different hypotheses. These are null hypotheses. And first hypothesis says that there is no significant difference in the emotional intelligence level between male and female adolescents studying only in private schools. So here we are willing to find out, is there any difference between male and female adolescents emotional level still if both are studying in the same school, the private school? There is no significant difference in the degree of emotional intelligence between the male female adolescents studying in government school. Actually here we are trying to find out, is there any discrimination effect is working? Again, there is no significant difference in the degree of emotional intelligence among male adolescents studying in private and government school. Similarly, we are trying to find out the difference between score of the male adolescents studying in private and government school. Same tool is used here, given by Dr. S.K. Mangal and Mrs. Shubhra Mangal. In this case, population is similar, but different schools were selected to make the research more wide and more eligible and reliable. So we have selected in this case total 25 private schools, 25 government schools. From each school, 15 male and 15 females studying only in class 12, 10 plus 2 level were selected. So in this way, from each school, total 30 adolescents were selected from class 12 only. In this way, from 25 private schools, we have selected 750 members. From 25 government schools, we have selected total 750 members. In this research, we tried to cover total a diameter of 36 kilometer area of the city. Percentage, mean, standard deviation were applied to find out the explanation, and the t-tests were applied to find out the significant difference, if any, existing. So this data says, if we check this data, this is the white data. If we are having scores of emotional intelligence of only male adolescents of private schools. So here we can check at lower level or extremely low level, only 3.2% of male adolescents are existing, and higher number of male adolescents can be observed in the category of average and above average. And above average, extremely and high level, near about 13% male adolescents are existing from private schools. Now we are comparing data for male adolescents of government schools only. So this is just the reverse data. One can check here at extremely high level, 3.2% male adolescents are there. Please compare it with the data of the private school. Males of private schools, 3.2% are at very low level. So this is just the reverse data. In private school, males are having 3.2% at extremely low level. In government school, 3.2% males are having extremely high level of the emotional intelligence. So a reverse trend is observed between only male adolescents studying in private schools and government schools. And here we can check at average level and above average level. Lesser number of male adolescents from government schools are there as compared with 43.47 plus 29.60% of the male adolescents studying in private schools. So here we can say, if we compare the data of only male adolescents studying in private schools and government schools, so male adolescents studying in private schools are having much better condition as compared to the male adolescents studying in the government school. During research, when things were discussed with the male adolescents of private and government schools, so this was the conclusion that private schools are providing more opportunities and they are allowing male adolescents to take risks outside the school under supervision of the teacher, while most of activities are going on in safe mode in government schools. That's why orientation of male adolescents in private school is much better than the male adolescents studying in the government school. Now we are comparing the data of the female adolescents studying in private than government school. So we can observe very low percentage, that is only 0.53 of the female adolescents are there from at extremely low level from private schools, but at an extremely high and high level, near about 16%, 8.53 plus 7.2% are there, and a very high concentration is observed at above average. Now we are going to compare this data with female adolescents studying in private school. So here, more private school females are observed in the range of above average and average. So if we are trying to find out the significant difference between male female studying only in a government school, so those male and female adolescents studying only in the government schools in class 12, no significant difference is observed. Just minor average difference is observed in the mean value, and that is very less. But more variation is observed in the score of male adolescents of government school and as compared to the female of the government schools. Now, this is the data compared for the private school. If we compare the data of male and female adolescents only from private school, although their scores are very high as compared to the scores obtained from government schools, male and female. So this score is high. Again, difference is very less, and no significant difference is observed between male and female adolescents studying in class 12 in private schools. Now, this is the data to find out significant difference between male adolescents only studying in private schools and government schools. So we can check private school males are having 148.79. It is average 149 mean value, and government school adolescents are having average 143. So big difference is there in the mean value of the emotional intelligence score, and variation is near about similar, but very significant difference is observed using t-value at 1% level of significance. So we can say male adolescents studying in class 12 of private schools are enjoying very high level and very good level of emotional intelligence as compared to those male adolescents studying in the government school. Or we can say the mental health status of male adolescents studying in private schools is much better than government school. Again, reason was found same after discussion with the candidates that the private schools are providing much better orientation inside and outside the school through different kind of activities and visits, while government schools are taking such initiative at very low level. When we compare the data of female adolescents from private schools and government school, now a very high difference we can observe in the mean. private school female adolescents mean is average 151, and government school female adolescents are having average of mean 145. So already very high differences there, and standard deviation is also having good difference. So in the score there is a high difference in the candidates of government schools as compared to the private, and at 1% level of significance, calculated value 3.7871 is extremely high as compared with the table value. So again, we can say that those female adolescents who are studying in class 12 in private schools are having much better mental health and emotional intelligence as compared to those who are studying in the government school. Here in this research, we can say one more thing. Again, females are having higher level of emotional intelligence as compared to male in both the cases. So this is also the fact which came in the limelight, that maximum schools are providing much better and more opportunities to female adolescents as compared to male adolescents. So this kind of discrimination is observed between male and female, and similarly a discrimination is observed between the category of adolescents studying in private schools and government schools. Private schools are providing much better opportunities, while government schools are not providing such kind of opportunities for orientation and mental health development. So it is very clear that the female adolescents studying everywhere having high intelligence as compared to male. But when we compare the data of female adolescents studying in private schools, these are having much better and very high level of emotional intelligence as compared to those studying in government schools, or simply we can say the public schools or controlled by the government. But although adolescents again have not enjoyed the same emotional intelligence level. So again, there is limitation. Again, this research was conducted to the 1500 adolescents affiliated to CBSE. Earlier research was conducted for the students of class 11th and 12th. This is again having a limitation. This is including only class 12th candidates and only science group. No humanities student, no commerce student or other non-science background students were not considered for this data collection. Thank you.
And my topic to all of you. So my topic with the title about the role of social media in the knowledge transfer of creative firms. So because we have only 8 minutes, so I will present my paper in very shortly. And firstly, for the literature review, during the Eastern literature, we also have the relationship between the enterprise social media, acronym for the ESM, with the human qualities in the relationship with the environmental variables and with the employee creativities. So they all have the literature with these relationship, but it's rarely the Eastern literature has already skipped the relationship between the ESM, the social media, with the company innovation, with the supply of the knowledge, and with the creative performance on the right-hand side. So my paper is focused on the right-hand side. That's to clarify the relationship between the enterprise social media with the creative performance of firms under the effect of supply of knowledge. And my paper will have 2 research questions. The first one is, how do the ESM affordance or effect have the employee participate in knowledge transfer? And the second one is, how does information transfer affect the employee creativity? For the first one, when we see the aspect of ESM and knowledge transmission or knowledge transfer, that we have 2 important concepts of the knowledge transfer that mentioned in literature about the knowledge acquisition and knowledge supply. And the affordance meaning the association between 2 forms. They can describe as the link or the connection between the employees and their colleagues, or the connection between employees and their materials. and it's already mentioned in the literature by Leonardi in 2015. So I have the first hypothesis. The first hypothesis is meaning about the relationship that association of foreigners is associated with the knowledge transfer under two scopes, under the knowledge acquisition and the behavior of workers. And the second one, we coming with the other concept, namely the visibilities. The visibility meaning the capability of employee about the knowledge, the preferences, the communication networks that were previously difficult to see visual. So I have the second hypothesis. The second hypothesis meaning mentioned about that the visibilities is associated with the knowledge transfer under already two scopes, the knowledge acquisition and the behavior of workers. And the hypothesis from number 3 to number 6 is also meaning about the relationship about the knowledge transfer and the creativity of firms. The third one is about the position affordance and employee knowledge provision. The fourth one is mentions about the edit ability facilities and the affordance of edit ability. The number 5 is about the relationship between the knowledge transfer and the worker creative performance. And the last one is about the relationship between the worker creative performance and the knowledge. So to make a sum up, we have 6 hypotheses, and we try to make clear or make the clarifications about this relationship. About the example and methodologies. So in this paper, I chose the Chinese market to make the research. A company in Chinese market named Alibaba, they have an internal social media network called the Ding Talk. So at first, we will do a pilot research with 15 graduate students to make clear about the questionnaires, number of questions, and how they respond with these questions. And we will eliminate the insufficient questions. And at last, we collect about 600 responses and 300 questionnaires for the research. And about the methodology and the method, we have 3 steps. About coming at the first one, we will do the PLS, the partial least square, to measure and to determine exactly model. The second one, we will do the CMP common method bias and the structural model equation. And the last one, we will do a post hoc test to investigate the role of knowledge transfer in mediating the link between the ESM and the creative performance. So for the result, and after running the test based on the database collected above, we have the findings as well that the social media have in the information transmission. And the employee creative already have the significant relationship by boosted participant in organization knowledge transfer. But the relationship between the connection between the ESM affordance and the creative performance is not clear and not a significant relationship. The information supply already have a significant relationship that they have a complement mediator in the relationship between the affordance and creative performance. And under this relationship, the information supply influence the creative performance by both in the directly way and indirectly via the knowledge supply. And we also provide for the future research. In the research, if we like to develop this paper, this theory, we can develop by utilize the objective measure of the employee from the database, several sources to enhance the robustness test. This way that we have to improve the result by develop the data, the sample, and we have, I hope that we will have the same results. Use a large sample to test and ensure by the statistical power. Or we can utilize the Ecdsed affordance to search the ability or to examine in another market. We can do in India, in America, in UK, or in the OECD market. And yes, this is time's up and all of my presentation. Thank you for you guys listening.
Thank you, Mr. Nam, for your insightful presentation on how the role of social media actually helps in the creative decisions of various firms. With that, we have our next presenters, Helena Aldanokova and Tatiana Bosco, who will speak about the formation of professional competencies of future specialists of marketing communication market.
Can I ask, can we invite?
I'm glad to see you all today at this conference. Now I would like to present to you attention my presentation about several main trends in media and advertising, which are reflected in the works of our students and young advertisers. Do you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Let's begin. Our theme is modern digital trends in adverts media. In the reality of the 21st century, the internet is a communication channel that promotes the development of information and communication technologies. New trends in journalism and advertising have emerged, supported by the processes of digitalization, mergers, and evolution of media resource. These trends affect all processes related to the creation of advertising products and above all the training of specialists in the field of journalism and advertising. In the process of preparing students for professional activities in the field of advertising and public relations, lectures take into account all current trends that affect the development of this field. We can name the following current trends in digital journalism, advertising, and new media that affect the training of advertising professionals. This is video marketing, shoppable messages, direct messaging, interactive emails, alternative and niche channels of social networks, program advertising, correspondence of advertising content to the peculiarities of the perception of Generation Z. Now I would like to pay special attention to the latest trend, because this category of the population today makes up a significant part of consumers of the media product. Also among the workers of the media industry is a very large number of young people belonging to Generation Z. In Ukraine, no one is surprised now that about half of fourth year undergraduate students already work in position close to the specialty they are studying. Therefore, when performing tasks on the subject of computer graphic and advertising or design and advertising, they involuntarily bring to the project modern trends in media production. In our university annually hosts all Ukrainian student competition of commercial advertising on the basis of our department, journalism and advertising, of the Faculty of Trade and Marketing. Students' work reflects the changes taking place in the media. Today, advertising is actively going online. Print advertising has almost ceased to be issued. New media products with modern technology and updated content are appearing. The following slides show the works of students who were selected for the competition to be presented to the jury. Stakeholders from various fields of trade and advertising are usually invited to join the jury. The first of the presented works show us examples of corporate identity developed by contestants for different brands. Example, corporate identity of the Union of Young Advertisers of Ukraine. Corporate identity of the Department of Marketing and Advertising, our university, Kyiv National University, Trade and Economic, and the calendar for our university. This is corporate identity for the Tennis Federation of Ukraine. Corporate identity for a flower shop, Blooming Splash, Ukrainian Chess Federation. Corporate identity for beauty salon Watercolor or Organic Export. And for the zoo shop, pets box, students create many subjects for this zoo shop. Van Gogh's ear. This is identity, corporate identity for cafe, maybe pizzeria. This is for cafe, lavanda. Or dairy shop Buddha. This is corporate identity and series of posters for this shop. A series of works, Lending Dreams. Or these posters for Gillette. And for Belay, Speak Better. This posters don't swallow, enjoy. There we can see a bottle and and game infected.
Like during pandemic time, we have such problems, and
we have some works on this topic.
Young people spend a lot of time with gaming. Is not useful for them.
There is anti-gambling posters, yes, anti-hazard games. They're about pandemic, about COVID. Fries not childishly. The name of this word. your subscription for good, regular care for children with cancer. Big ideas with big. A series of posters for the stationary network Socrate. For this series, good, a goal to taste, have time to taste, and dive to taste. This series have 2 posters for Philips. The black stripe is also successful. The film content. And for Metro, together tastier with Metro. There we have
yes, a supermarket in Ukraine and all over the world, Metro, cash and carry, and students made great advertising for this supermarket.
The stakeholders from this supermarket was in jury on our concourse also.
In our university, and this from side of supermarket, yes, they represent gifts for students, for the best students, and we will organize such concourse, such competitions also this November, and every year we organize such advertising competitions for students and for all participants. Also, welcome to our university. Please, we have next work. Yes.
For Colgate, so you can think of something else. And this work was on the first place. On the first place.
Famous Russia painter and such and intertop our shoes shops, and even animals want to wear sneakers from
everyone wants sketches.
Yes.
And this poster, Tolstoy is not you and you are not him. Buy from us, take the acceleration. Not poem in English, but in Ukrainian there is a written and poem.
Some specific in some advertising, because we students use literature, and our Ukrainian market and enterprise may be not clear for participants for all countries, but our students are creative and we can see their work. Please.
There we can see creative students of Generation Z. Wind up your snakes. This is advert Eldorado. And production of Philips.
Philips for hair, style for hair. This is Shakespeare during quarantine time. It's mean don't spoil your time. Take your time for something useful, and you can study during quarantine. And our students show that like Shakespeare in mask, like during quarantine.
Because of the plug, he wrote King Lear. his book. And this poster, we take the place of the buyer for the foxtrot.
That it means that you have your own view and your position from each side, that like 606 or 909, that every customer can have has own position, and on market you need to to make better for
To
everybody,
understand
for your
each
business
other.
and for your customers. Yes, you need to sell.
There we can see a series, everyone needs coffee from time to time. The sketches for cover this wall.
This is building of our university, and they make design. Students made the design for this wall. It's not already on building. It's like project. But also,
and there we have some covers for manuals of our lab areas. In advertising agencies, designers have become in demand with the skills of programming and journalism. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.
So I feel that if such measures can be adopted for the students and after the onset of this disease, so that the students can play a vital role in shaping their career. With this, I conclude. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Shishendra, for actually sharing us the insights into COVID-19 and its entire process taken
Thank you,
toll on.
ma'am.
Yeah, with that, we have come to an end with all the presentations.
Okay.
Mr. Patel, can you share the screen?
almost in time now, according our schedule. Or told as you like. I don't know.
So with this, you have some note and announcement on your screen.
All the participants have 15 more days time till the 25th of October for any modification or update and submission of final article or the paper for publication. Publication process will start after all selected articles and papers are converted as per standard publication format. Participants, presenters will receive e-certificate till the 15th of October 2021. Hard copy of the certificate and proceedings book it will be done by the 5th of November 2021. And once the online publication tentative date is the 5th of November 2021. With this, we come to an end of this session. We're so grateful that we've got this platform as an opportunity to talk about our knowledgeable insights and whatever the best that we have and the best that we can give towards helping and aiding this world with good and resourceful information. And we thank all our collaborators, our participants for taking their valuable time and effort and coming here and giving their presentations. And with that, we will end the session. Thank you all. So please do not forget that the feedback link for the presentation is given in the chat box. So if you have any feedback of how this session could have been done in a better way, your feedbacks are all welcomed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.